Okay. All right, I think we're streaming. Let's see. Huh? Huh? What? Streaming. Us. I think it I think it might just be me at the moment trying to figure out where I can see you guys. A minute. Hey Rasmus, how are you? So I'm gonna take that to mean you can see me and you can hear me. So exciting. Let's put that on. I know this computer seems to be doing great with this, knock on wood. So we should be good. And the quality seems a lot better than it was last time. So I'm not a pixelated, what would that be, Van Gogh? No, he wasn't pixelated. Who was that guy who painted with the dots or something like that? I won't look that way to say that. So, ooh, we got 3 people watching. Yay! Okay, so as you guys are watching, there should be a comment section over along one side of the screen so that you can respond to anything I'm saying, ask questions, put your thoughts in, whatever, and I should be able to see them. If at any time you have problems hearing me or seeing me, please let me know. So yeah. Ooh, 5 people. Wow. Oh, hi. Hi. Um, Yay. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Christina. I'm so happy you could make it. I feel like I haven't seen you in a really long time. So this is awesome. All right. So I have been good. I have been really, really good. It's been a good weekend for me. I'm very happy. And I'm, you guys have no idea how like thrilled I am that this is all going well because I loved The Big Sleep. I have to say I was a little confused by it at times, but overall I absolutely loved it. So while I'm kind of talking about my overall feelings of it, go ahead in the comment section and let me know what your overall feelings were about The Big Sleep as a movie in general, because we're going to talk a little bit about the fashion of it, the film noir of it, and of course we're going to talk about our favorite lines from that movie, because I actually wrote some down because there were some zingers. So so yeah, so you guys get typing that, and I'll just kind of go through what I thought. This, I think, was like my first like Philip Marlowe exposure to anything, because I do know The Big Sleep was originally a book written by Raymond Chamberlain, I believe. I can tell you. Hold on, I got Wikipedia up. Raymond Chandler was originally a book written by Raymond Chandler. Yay! Oh, it's over on the comment section's over on the right side, not below. It's over on the right side for you guys. All right, so it was originally written by Raymond Chandler, so it was an adaptation, but because it was the 1940s and because it was Hollywood, they couldn't really delve into the real nitty-gritty that the book did. So there was a lot of things that they kind of more had to hint at. And I think one of the big things was, and one of the things that kind of made it a little confusing for me, was to who the killer was. Because in the movie, they, the movie, it was very, left to the open. Like, you could have thought it was Mars that had kind of made it look like it was Carmen so that he could blackmail the family, and thus not making any Vivian involved in any type of murder, who was the love interest. But in fact, in the book, it was very, very clear that it was Carmen and that Vivian was protecting her. So Hollywood, I guess, this is what I read. Hollywood didn't want the main love interest to be an accessory to murder, so they kind of made it really murky towards the end as to who the actual killer was, which I thought was interesting in a historical aspect, but really confusing as I was watching the movie. So I'm like, who did it? I think it was Carmen. And I can see Rasmus, you as well, were a little bit confused by it. Yeah, it was really good. I really think, like, upon a second watch, the movie becomes even clearer. But one thing that I absolutely love was that whole, hold on, I got a little treat here. I'll show some pictures, and I think this is the one I'm thinking of. Yes. When Vivian comes into his office, I mean, when we think film noir, we think of that whole, like, you know, the femme fatale walks into the office and, you know, he knew it was danger right away, right? And they did that. They did that classically. Not at the very beginning, but like when Vivian finally walks in to show him um, the blackmail photographs. She walks in, and she walks in that great checkered outfit with the very structured sleeves, shoulders, which, by the way, I never really realized until probably this film really how much the 80s were influenced by the 40s, because shoulder pads and the very structured suits were very big in the 80s, and the longer skirts, and you saw a lot of this in the film. But I get ahead of myself. Again, let's see. Okay, I want to make sure I'm not missing any comments. So did you guys find it, besides Rasmus, did you guys find it confusing at all, as well as to who ended up killing the chauffeur? I think his name was Owen. Let me know, comment section. Yeah, look at that, little picture. I put a little picture. So excited. Oh, here we go. Let's go back to him. Oh, before I do that, one of the other things, the reason why I picked this photograph is, if you guys remember, she was sitting on the desk and she was kind of like rubbing her leg, trying to like nonchalantly, you know, like scratch that itch. And he's all like, you can go ahead and scratch. And she almost gets irritated at him for like picking up on her cue, and she's like scratching her leg, like, oh, fine, I'll go ahead and scratch. But I thought it was such like a great, like, I don't know. I mean, today, I don't think anybody would be shy about scratching their leg. I know I wouldn't. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Sandra. It's like you do kind of have to watch it twice to pick up on all the little nuances and really enjoy it. But I would have to say, for me, the biggest thing that I really enjoyed about the movie was Bogey and Bacall. I love their interplay. I love the fast quips between them. I mean, because it was zing, 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 right, back and forth and back and forth. So that to me was the most fun. And I'm sorry, Lauren Bacall has one of the most seductive voices I have ever heard. And yeah, I get a little tingly listening to her voice. I'm like, oh my God, that's so sexy. So sexy. Um, And let me know in the comment section as well, what was your favorite part of the movie? Or did you not like it? And it's, hey, because I think we already decided that you're a little bit confusing. So if you didn't like it at all, that's fine. But let me know in the comment section whether you thought it was a thumbs up or a thumbs down or a thumbs sideways. It was another. Did you know what with? Oh, Erasmus. I think you might be asking what did the general want with Marlowe? Like, why did he initially hire him? Let me know if that's not right. My take on that with why he had what he wanted from him and why he hired him was because his daughter Carmen had accrued some gambling debts, and he wanted Marlowe to look into the gambling debts, and he didn't want it to become public and like smear his name, so he wanted it all kind of taken care of and hushed up. And I think the whole thing with the chauffeur Regan was just kind of like an added thing where um, he he didn't ask him to find out about that, but I think once Marlowe got a hold of that and everybody kept saying, "Oh, no," he couldn't let go of it. I think the general also was like a really lonely guy and just really wants somebody who's gonna sit and talk to him. I don't know. I don't know. I hope that's what you were asking. I don't know if anybody else has anything to add on that. Yeah. What have you guys watched any of the other Bogey and Bacall movies at all? If so, let me know what your favorite one is because I'd love to watch more of them. Because you know what, honestly, I mean, as much as I've loved them, I know I've seen some of their movies together, but I couldn't tell you which ones they are. So this was really my first run-in with them as an adult. I guess one could say. Oh, what's this? Oh, this this scene. Oh, yes, yes, Sandra. Okay, yeah. Hold on. Yeah, I love that part too, where the Carmen like throws herself into Marlowe's arms, and I actually wrote down what he said. Hold on, because he turned around and I think he said this to the general later. Like, he said something like, "Did you meet my daughter?" And he said, "Yeah, she tried to sit on my lap while I was standing up." I don't know why I find that so hilarious. All right, cool. I'm glad I caught that for you, Rasmus. Um. Oh, I think I missed some comments. Oh. Let's see. Oh. Oh, I did miss some of it. Hold on. I am comment failing here. um. Oh, you could. Okay. Okay. As far as like, if you couldn't get a copy to watch this, I believe there are clips of it up on YouTube. And I think there might be quite a few clips of it up on YouTube. So that helps. This is really. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, it is. I feel like this is the closest that I can get to hanging out with you guys. Oh, awesome. Awesome. I'm awesoming the fact that Christina has a link to send to Shannon, so that's all cool. Yeah. Okay, back to Lauren's leg scratching. Yeah, she did quite go at it too. I did also think, oh, I hope she doesn't put a run in her stockings. uh, um, yeah, YouTube won't let you put links in comments. I found if you put it in without putting like the www dot or the .com at the end, if you just post like the internal part of the links, sometimes that works. I know, I'm so excited. So excited. This will work a while. All right. I have too much energy today. Too much of it. Guess what I keep drinking? Caffeine. All right. So do you guys remember any of the lines from the movies? Like, if you do, like the whole "she tried to sit on my lap while I was standing up." Let me know in the comments if you have any that you absolutely love. Because, like I said, I think I read somewhere as well, and I might be making this up, that this was like one of the most quotable film noir movies. And I would definitely have to agree with that. What I wrote down was, oh, and I guess this isn't really like a quippy line. It was just, oh, and let me, um, oh, thank you. This is actually going to be Thursday's hair tutorial. So excited. Oh, No Man of Her Own with Barbara Stanwyck. I'll have to check that one out, Tiffany. I'm going to write that down. Oh, actually, it'll be in the comments, so I'll have it. Sweet, sweet. But I loved when Bacall, you're cute. Yeah. I love when Bacall, and let me see if I can do this real quick. Is that gonna work? Yeah, there we go. When Bacall says to him, like really monotone, really flat, "I guess I'm in love with you." And I'm like, today, we have that like epic, well, most of the time we have those like epic romance movies where, they're running to each other and they're like, "I love you." And in this one, it was just like, "Yeah, I think I'm in love with you." And he's like, "Yeah." So, and they really did, I don't know, that whole scene with them kissing in the car was so romantic. Um, and I don't know. And I don't know if you guys picked this up. I might just be a weirdo that picked up on this, but especially in the 40s where lips were very, very matte. There wasn't any shine to them in the 40s. In that scene where they were kissing in the car, I don't know if anybody noticed, her lip was pretty shiny. And I noticed it like before they went in for the kiss, so I don't know. I don't think it was actual, kiss and spit, but they very much intentionally almost made it like a little glossy, like, you know. Other lines that I really liked. Oh, going back to, and yes, just because this is a trick that I can do now, I'm going to use it. Going back to this scene where they are in, whose apartment was that? Brody's apartment. And all the guns were out, and then Carmen comes in with a gun as well, and Bogey looks around and he's like, "Such a lot of guns around, so few brains." Like, classic. I love that line. And I don't have a picture of Carmen's look from that, but she was all dressed in black, and she had that scarf like draped around her head. It was so gorgeous. And I thought, you know what, if a dame is gonna go to kill a man, she best look good while she's doing it. You know what I'm saying? All right, am I not getting updates on comments? Oh, okay. I am missing some of the comments. I need to get better at that. The sitting on the, okay, yeah. The sitting on the lap was a good one. Yes, yes, it is. I just filmed this today, so I'm really happy with the way this one turned out. All right. Here, what if I refresh this screen? Will I see them? She did. You know what other, and I don't know if this one didn't work for me. I really liked Carmen's outfit when they found her at the house and she was wearing that like Japanese robe with or maybe it was a Chinese robe with the dragon on it. It was like the silk kimono. She did look really good when she came in there. She had some really good looks, which I found was funny that Carmen actually turned out to kind of be the most dangerous out of all of them. Not only because obviously the fact that she shot Brody, but also the the fact that she killed the chauffeur. But she was very manipulative. Like even when we meet her at the very first, and yeah, I got a picture of this one. When we meet her at the very beginning, she looks so fresh, so innocent when she's falling into into Bogey's lap, complete with that great silk set of shorts. It kind of reminded me of the play suits that we see a lot nowadays, but obviously separates. Um, but she does. She looks very fresh, very innocent, but she is very manipulative. She knows exactly what she's doing. She's very cunning, and she like that whole thing that even the general talked about it, how she gets the big eyes and she does the and that's supposed to be the hint that you're gonna fall and be like, oh, okay, whatever you want, Carmen, okay. um so they give her this very, very innocent look, which I think really is in opposition of that very like femme fatale look she has when she comes into Brody's apartment with that scarf on and everything. um so what was your favorite scene in the movie? Let me know, you guys, right there, because I feel like I've been doing all the talking. Need to let you go with the, oh look, already typing. There we go. Yeah, I hope you do too. I hope you're able to get that link. Oh, okay. Sandra brings up a good point. Did anyone else think Carmen could have played Lolita? Um, yeah. Yes. Yes, that is a perfect way to describe her in this movie. She has a very Lolita personality. Yeah, love it, love it. Um, I love the interior and many of the places, but I got the feeling of a lot of stuff all over the place, like the thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can even kind of see in the picture here that every space is really filled with something. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Do you guys think that was intentional? Let me see if I have another. Here's a shot of them inside Mars's hideout apartment, which can anybody explain? I still don't get why Mars's wife had to go into hiding. I don't get it. The explanation didn't make sense to me at all. So, any ideas? While we have this picture up too, this is really one of my favorite scenes, and I think this is very much kind of encapsulates the 40s as well. You have that very sleek look, the shoulders and the very long skirt here, but you also have, Bogey's tied up, and what does he want? He wants a cigarette. Give him a cigarette. So, Vivian's leaning over and letting him smoke off a cigarette, Um, it's just that very classic, cool, slick look. To me, that I guess is very film noir, not necessarily so much 40s, but very film noir. Oh, I hope I didn't refresh the wrong button. Um, okay, my comments went all out of order. All right, here, let me just hit that button again. Okay. Okay. what else did I... Oh, this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about, right? Oh, I keep jumping around, right? Back to classic lines. I really need to stay on topic. Um, on classic lines, that whole um I think it was at Brody's apartment, and the gun had gone skittering off, and him and Carmen were going for the gun, and she was on her knees, and she was crawling to it, and he looks at her, and he's like, get up off your knees, honey, you look like a Pekingese. Oh my gosh. Love it. All right, let's see, what do we have? I think it was a little like run off because Mary. Uh, that Mars's wife was in hiding because she was going to be running off with that guy. That could be. And it would have looked bad for them. Absolutely. Absolutely. What else okay. Let's talk fashion before we get too ahead of ourselves, because there was some, I think, Road to Bali was fun, but there wasn't a lot of fashion in it. The Big Sleep had a lot of fashion. We already talked about Carmen's little innocent shorts and her Japanese kimono, but I think I have a picture of it. All right, what's this one? Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. Here, let me go grab the other picture real quick. Okay, oh, we talked about Vivian's checkered outfit with the shoulder pads. Oh, maybe this will work. Oh, here we go. I do have, it's not a great picture, but it is a picture of Carmen in her little kimono, which, I think my comments must be lagging. I think my comments are lagging too, so don't. Thanks. I'm glad you guys like the feather in my hair. This actually was given to me by Jade over at Sweetgrass Mill on Etsy. She wanted to review, so she gave me a couple of her products, and I actually have a peacock feather one to give away in the hair tutorial coming out on Thursday. Super excited about it. And she's giving us a coupon code, so just a little sneak peek as to what's to come. I actually have a lot of giveaways coming up, which I'm really, really excited about. Yeah, and Sandra, not only were they huge in the 40s, they were huge. That is, even though I do love 40s fashion, I've always shied away from putting shoulder pads into any of the dresses, and I've actually taken them out sometimes of dresses just because I look like a linebacker. Yeah, Joan Crawford. Yeah, you can't think about her without thinking about shoulder pads, can you? But you know what, though? She wore them well. I couldn't wear them. Do you guys think you could carry off shoulder pads, or would you carry off shoulder pads? Is that part of the 40s fashion that you would get on board with? Let me know. Comment section. But this whole picture with Vivian, yeah. You know what, Christina? We can make like a vintage like football team with with structured 40s shoulder pads. Oh, I'm so glad you could make it though. Did you get anything good thrifting? I need to go thrifting with somebody who's really good with thrifting. I'm not a good thrifter. Okay, so I'm not the only one that removes their shoulder pads. Oh, that's nice. I mean, the shoulder pad look is very nice if you have that kind of shape to carry it off. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't be drinking all this caffeine. Um, while we're at it, we're talking about the fashion in the film. Um, but also this fashion with Vivian, I think using popcorn popper. Nice. Back in the 80s, shoulder pads were bad. Yeah, they were really bad. They're like little mattresses on your shoulders. Um, let's talk about that kimono that she's wearing, because we talked about the innocent clothes that she had, but I really think they made a conscious decision with putting her in this Asian kimono, because at that time, anything from Asia, I mean, it's not like it is today. It was very foreign. It was very mysterious kind of thing. Like the whole Orient was very still mysterious at that time. So putting her in that and putting her into a material that is very silky and is very short, clearly is their way of kind of visually indicating what type of environment is happening. She's very obviously high on something at the time, even though they don't mention it. And she's involved in something very, very naughty. Now, they don't really get into it, but given the whole, do you remember the camera in the back of the little statue there? It I think it was pretty clear that they were dealing in some type of pornography in the setting, but I don't think they ever really said what was going on in Geiger's apartment. Do you guys think they ever did? I mean, or did you think something else was going on there besides pornography, or do you think they were pretty good at hinting at what was actually happening? Let me know. Comment section. The other thing with the look is she's very disheveled in this as well, in this scene. All right. Let me switch over while you guys are commenting on Vivian's Japanese kimono. Let me switch over to our next look to talk about. Yeah, we can't talk, not, we can't be talking about fashion and not talk about Vivian's veil. That, because you guys all know I love netting on hats. Okay, we got some comments coming in. It was in the book. Oh, okay. So Sandra, you read the book. Has anybody else read the book? I didn't. Okay. So yes, they were definitely dealing in pornography. Yeah, that's a really great point. Is that we haven't talked about that yet, but they with the clothes, because I think in the blah blah words with the 1940s, it's very hard with black and white to get across fashion. So they played a lot with texture in a lot of the outfits. Even this outfit here, you can see that the clothing is very smooth, very different from the kimono that Vivian was wearing, or even those light airy shorts or not Vivian, but Carmen was wearing, or the light airy shorts that Carmen had on that were very flowing. This you can see is very structured. The fabric is very smooth and very plain. So yeah, I think that's a really good point, how they play with texture and print in the different fashions to get across mood, because you can't do it with color, right? That the men were wearing. They all the same, but the leather jacket. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember. Oh, I remember who had the leather jacket. It was, oh, I'm so glad you brought him up. What was his name? It was Lundgren, wasn't it? It was Greiger's accomplice, I think it was. Um, Yes, I do want to talk about the stripes. 1 second. See, this is so bad. I need to like get more organized with my thoughts on these. But yes, the leather jacket really gave like a ruffian look. But I don't know if anybody else picked up on this, but I think that Greiger and that Lundgren kid were having an affair. I think they were together because remember when Bogey goes back to the apartment, there was something they said that kind of hinted at them, like they had been together for years and they were really close. But when you go back to the apartment and the body is gone and then it reappears in the bed, all laid out, nice and neat, really done in a loving manner, I don't know. I just got the feeling that they were involved. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Um, I think that 40s male clothing can definitely be pulled off today, and I think it should be more often. I think belts and suspenders and vests and all of that and handkerchiefs in the pocket. I think it should all come back. Definitely. Um, let's see what we have. Let's see. Okay, so we've got a conversation going on about when they colorize movies. Like, did they actually go back and figure out what colors those clothing items were made of, or did they just kind of go with what they thought would look the best? And honestly, given time, I think they probably just went with what they thought looked best. Honestly, I think they could get a hint as to what color it might have been based on the shade of gray or the shade of black. So they would know, like with Lauren's outfit here, we can definitely tell it's not in the pastel family. So they would probably go with maybe a really rich navy blue or I don't know. What else do you think? What other colors do you think would look good if you created that outfit in color? I'll tell you this though, her netting, even though as much as I love netting right across the face like that would make me claustrophobic. Claustrophobic. Um, yeah, a lot of men do more of the 50s style. I think they go a lot of times with like that 50s greasers look, which I don't think was. I could be wrong, but just based on looking at like photographs of like from my family from that through that period, they didn't dress like that at all. I mean, they um had probably like closer to like a greaser hairstyle, maybe a little bit closer to that. And sometimes would wear the white shirt and jeans, but a lot of times they were in khakis and they were dressed a little bit nicer even into the 50s. So, um, yeah, I think that's interesting. But let's get back to a Princess Panda. Talking about stripes in the fashion. I noticed that too. In fact, I have a picture. I don't know if this is the outfit you were thinking of when you said that, but when Bogey walks into, or I should say Marlo walks into Mars's gambling establishment and Vivian is there and she's wowing, she's got everybody's attention and she's singing. So very lovely. And she's wearing that great striped outfit, which surprisingly, I don't have a picture of Bowie in there as well, but if you remember, he had a pinstripe suit on as well. And I wonder if that isn't connected in some way because shortly thereafter they walk into the parking lot and they attempt to accost her and take the money that she won and Marlo kind of calls her out for trying to bluff him with the whole winning the money and stealing it. And I think it actually is the moment where they actually grow closer in that instant is where they actually make that turn in their relationship. And I think it's interesting that, again, they're wearing kind of mirrored outfits in a way. Um, if that's not what you were thinking of, I'm trying to think if there was something else in stripes. Let me know. So I'm having a hard time thinking stripes. stripes, stripes, stripes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good cardigan and a fedora on a guy. Yes, I'm definitely on that with you. Yeah. Not worn often enough. Except by hipsters. Hipsters do the cardigan a lot. Let's see. What else do I have? There's something else I think I wanted to bring up with fashion. Oh, I also noticed like a lot of like very like open and flowing sleeves, like from the elbow to the wrist. Not the hippie Princess Belle sleeves, but something a lot more open. Here's actually why. Oh, I don't remember that one. Kind of? Kinda is tickling the back of my head. Yeah. I'm not sure. Whenever, you know what, whenever I think of like those really wide stripes and varying colors, is Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. It's all I can think of every time. So no, I cannot imagine a suit made out of stripes like that. Yeah, hipsters. Oh, they invaded where my neighborhood in Chicago. It's an epidemic. But don't call them hipsters. They don't like that. Um, I do remember the guy in my what was it? My cat's pajama vintage fair vlog that I did. And he had the okay, let me see if I can get that PM. He had the mustache and he had the whole, yes, the whole look going on. And I thought he did that extremely well. So I will actually have to see if I can you know, when I'm out oot and boot, if I can get some more pictures of some other guys um, in their, hold on, I'm trying to save. We've got a picture of the stripes. Stripes. Let me see if I can get that up real quick. See if I can get some more pictures of some guys in those outfits. Oh, hey, Ginny, I'm glad you can make it. Yes, the polka dotted shorts that the sister wore. I have those. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There we go. There we go. Yes, they were adorable. They were adorable. So sweet and innocent she was. Didn't do a thing wrong. Okay. Let me get up the stripe picture real quick. Thanks for sending that too, by the way. Hopefully it'll let me do it. Sometimes it won't. Oh, oh. Is that it? There we go. Oh, no. Come on, you can do it. Show that picture. There we go. Bam. And yeah, it, and again, that great like headscarf covering her head. I feel like I need to start doing that as well. Um, because I don't know, it looks so glamorous and so mysterious, like you're somebody, you know. But yes, it does actually. Doesn't it remind you of the Technicolor Dreamcoat? Right? Kind of does. Because I'm imagining like reds and greens and yellows in that suit. So no, I can't imagine. And they love how like the stripes from the top match the stripes of the skirt. Crazy. I think I think that it seems to be a consensus that everybody's favorite quote was when Marlo said about Carmen, she tried to sit in my lap while I was standing up. See, I can't do a bogey accent. um, did I miss anything? Oh, okay. Oh, yes. Yes, with sunglasses, the scarves and the sunglasses. Doesn't it make you feel like if you were wearing that, like you would be getting into like one of those tiny like convertible Italian cars and driving like down the Amalfi Coast or something like that? Or like in Monaco, you have very Princess Grace tooling around with your sunglasses. But, you know, in reality, I don't know if you remember Bridget Jones's Diary, when she basically does that. She comes down for her weekend away with what's his name, and she's got the scarf and they take off and it flies away, and then she gets out and her hair's a mess. That would be my reality, but I would still go for it every time, right? Oh, Liz Taylor. Yes. That is very Liz. I need to do a Liz look one of these days. What else did I write down? I feel like I had something else. Let me see. Okay, I think that's what I had for fashion. Thelma and Louise. Definitely. Thelma. Thelma. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can find Big Sleep and Carmen. Okay, let me ask you this. Who do you think you had better clothes in this? Because, you know, as we start talking, the more and more we start talking, I feel like I've been mentioning more Carmen's outfits than Lauren's. I mean, Lauren definitely had some great ones. But, oh, here we go. Here we go. This is the one we were talking about earlier. Okay, hold on. There we go. This was the one where we were talking about, you know, we talked about Carmen and her innocent little shorts and her innocent, like, trying to fall into Marlowe's lap while he's standing up. And then you have this woman who comes into Brody's apartment, which, what, by the way, this scene made me jump. Like, when he opens that door, I totally didn't expect it. I mean, yeah, I expected, like, something bad to be on the other side of the door. I didn't expect him to get shot. I was like, what? The black and white houndstooth. Oh, yes. Yes. We did, let me pull that one up real quick. I think I'm talking about this one. Look at that. I'm like magic. Yeah, I mean, Lauren definitely, as a personality, I think stole the show. But, like, as I'm going back and I'm remembering outfits, the outfits that really, really stood out to me were Carmen's. And I think part of that is because Carmen's character was so over the top. She was so trying to grab everybody's attention, kind of like, I hate to say it, kind of like somebody like a Kim Kardashian or a Paris Hilton, who's almost over the top in their personality and in their clothing choices, trying to, you know, grab all the attention. And then you had Vivian's character, who was just so sophisticated and smart and sexy and could just walk into a room, not need all the entrapments that Carmen had, and could suck people in almost immediately with just a look. And I think that was the magic of Lauren Bacall. I don't know how many other people that could have carried it. Beret. I love a beret. I was having a problem wearing them. Like, they start out looking fine and then they kind of go a little askew, not in the right way. All right, so we got about 2 minutes left. So we talked about some of our favorite classic lines. We talked about Carmen's whole, and we talked about Lauren's whole. Okay, I'm trying to smolder. Smoldering. What, oh, we were talking about, style. Did you guys notice in the casino scene, that scene when, Lauren's out there just wooing everybody with her singing in her classic little white getup, with the stripes? That when they actually go into where the tables are, there's like a guy in a cowboy outfit. And I don't mean like just a cowboy, like full on, this is what Hollywood thinks a cowboy would look like. And a woman walking by in like riding gear. It was so like over the top. Like, hey, look at all the eclectic people in our gambling establishment. Aren't we wacky? Yeah. People took a lot more. I mean, I know this is Hollywood's version of the 40s, but even when you go back through and you look through photographs of from that time period, I mean, people did. They put it together, they coordinated. And what's great is when you see the little old ladies from, you know, who were living back during that time period, they still do it today. They coordinate their jewelry with their outfit, their purse as well. You know, they might not have had a lot of purses, but their purses sure matched. And I absolutely love that. um you know, just all the cliches in the movie, like Lauren sitting on the desk showing off her legs and having the taxi sail, so, but not so cliche that it was easy to figure out. Yeah, I completely agree with you. That is one of the things that was so great about this movie. It's like they rode that line of being totally cliche and totally like everything that happened, you know, that we're used to in a movie, but it never quite got to that like cheesy or you rolled your eyes. It just worked. Everything worked so well. And let me see if I can pull up a picture because, and um, I almost had this as like one of the pictures, but I was like, oh no. Okay, here it is. Oh, wait, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Entertaining you with my singing about nothing while I add a picture of the taxi driver. There we go. Oh, hi. Tell your grandmother I said hi as well. Oh my gosh, your grandmother is 103. I love that. So yeah, she's probably pretty styling too, isn't she? Love that. Ah, I want to sit down and talk to her now. I just had a thought. Oh, I wish I could figure out a way to interview your grandmother. We might have to talk about that online and figure out if there's a way to do that. I would love to get her stories from her. Um, it didn't. The movie did lull you into a false sense of security, and then bam. But this is the pictures like follow that car kind of thing. But okay, the taxi driver. Going back to what Rasmus was saying about how everything was so put together and how everybody had it really like head to toe. H to T, and smizing all the time. But even the taxi driver, look at her with her little hat all tilted off to the side and all sassy. Her hair's all did, and her outfit is all ready to go. And I love how at the end too, she like hands him his card because Marlowe's getting all the ladies. She's like, oh, if you need to, and I'm off at night. Yeah, there was a lot of hints to the fact that Marlo is doing pretty good with the ladies, including the lady, oh, including the lady that was at the bookstore too. I know what they were doing to fill their time, and I don't think I was reading books. Oh, and I loved how the romanticism in the movie, because I mean, at the end of the day, it was a great like murder mystery, rock'em sock'em kind of thing. But oh, here's the scene with him with can't think of her name at the bookstore. Yes, he was totally a player. Um, but the romantic side of the movie was almost like, I mean, it played a big part of the movie. I mean, the relationship between him and Lauren was kind of the driving force of it, and the thing that kept pulling you into it. But it was, it wasn't sugary sweet. It was almost matter of fact, in its, this is what was happening. And I think that almost made it more romantic, is the fact that they didn't shine a spotlight on it. They just kind of like let it kind of grow up in its own. I don't know what I'm trying to say there, but I think hopefully you guys get what I mean. Hopefully. Um, the other thing, the one part of the movie that I was like, oh no, he did not just do that, is when he arrived to the garage where Mars's wife was hiding out, and he let the air out of his tire, like ran his car off the road and let the air out. I'm like, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna get away? You can't stop to change your tire. That's just stupid. I was very worried about him. All right, so go ahead and leave any final comments in the comment section off to the side there, because we're gonna start wrapping up. And I want to make sure we kind of hit on. I know we could talk I feel like we could talk for another hour. Yes, the hair. Let's talk about the hair real quick. The cuts, yeah, were pretty much all the same, but the styles were so vastly different. I mean, here we can see our librarian. She's got more glasses on, which I love, but she's got the very prim, proper hair, which she actually kind of loosens up the back and does the whole traditional librarian shake and takes off her glasses, and all of a sudden she's all sexy, which I thought she was sexy even with the glasses on. I'm just saying. Yeah, we said it almost at the same time, didn't we? Talking about the glasses and the hair being shaken down. Love it. Love it. Yes, Junie, the characters were also memorable, even though, you could really keep track of them because you kind of could remember them for whatever reason. Even Brody's girlfriend, and I can't remember her name, and she's kind of in the background here, but she was always like put together and had her hair up and was very like, she was like brash. I always thought she'd be like 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 from Brooklyn or something, like just that classy lady with all the street smarts in the world. So she had that like delicate exterior but hard inside. Oh, yes, there is. You know what? I'm just glad you could make it. It is going to post up on my list of videos. So if you want, you can go back and take a look at it. We do this every month. It's usually the first or second-ish weekend of the month. This one just was a little late this week. And if you stay tuned to my channel or Facebook or Twitter, I'll announce the next movie that we're going to be talking about. So, I'm glad you were here. Let's see. I will not forget. We are gonna watch Bomb Girls on the Reels channel. I think I will like it. I feel like I don't want to miss something as you comment, and here I am singing to fill up the time, so don't feel so weird not saying anything. Final thought. Anybody else notice Bogey when he was thinking? Doing the ear pull? I need to know if this was in the book or if this was like Bogey's addition to what he thought the character would do, was worrying his ear as he was thinking. So let me know if you know if that was part of the book, because I think some of you may have read the book. All right. Oh my gosh, guys. I had so much fun with this. And especially now that everything is kind of clipping along and we are able to get pictures in and talk about more about the fashion. So, thank you guys so much for coming today. I loved it. Let me know in the comment section below, either now or later, what you want to see for next month's Technicolor Cinema Club. For this month, I was torn between film noir and classic Hollywood monster, and I think you know which one won. But let me know for next week. Do you want to see like a classic horror, or do you want to try another film noir? Do you want to go back into the 50s and do something fun and flirty like Road to Bali? Or do you want to do a musical? What type of film do you want to watch? You can even make film suggestions. Just if you do, if you could check to see if they're easily available, because I know The Big Sleep wasn't as available as The Road to Bali was. So I know some people had trouble getting it. So I want to try and hopefully avoid that next time. I think you're, I don't know about the singing. Um, yay. Rasmus, I actually hope to be in Europe, sometime next year. So I'm sure and hopefully I'll be able to make it a bunch of places. Um, yay. Oh, we already got a vote for Monster. Yes, I know. Ooh, Bella Lugosi. My mind is turning. All right, so I hope you guys have a great remainder to your Sunday, and I hope to see you guys all in the next Technical Cinema Club. And I'm really glad you enjoyed it because I loved it. I wanna hug you. Hug. All right, you guys have a great day. As always, comment section below and feel free to come back in if you think of anything else and you want to add or keep the conversation going. You can do so in the comment section or over on my Facebook page. And as always, you know, what do I say? I know it's weird not to be like thumbs up, subscribe, and look at the rest of my videos because, you know. So, how do I say goodbye? Ooh, baby Jane. Okay, I'm like this on the phone too. Like, okay, I'm gonna let you go, blah blah blah. This happened yesterday. Okay, so we have to figure out a way for me to be able to end these because this is in danger of happening. Have a great day, and I will see you guys on Tuesday for the vlog. If things work out for me, it's gonna be a really cool vlog this week, and I have, oh my god, you guys, I have so much really good stuff coming up. I'm so excited. We've got a bunch of giveaways coming up, including one coming up on Thursday. And yeah, just a bunch of really cool stuff. And I'm kind of trying to expand my filming abilities. So there should be some really cool stuff coming up, including like a collaboration I'm doing with a musician, using their music to do film stuff. And so I don't know. I'm just so really excited about what's going to be happening, and yeah, there may or may not be a So-So Vintage up today. If not, I might be putting it up on Monday instead. So again, you can see this hair tutorial on Thursday. Hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you on Tuesday. Bye! And now I'm gonna wave awkwardly while I try to find the button to actually turn things off. Bye, guys.